Welcome to Crazy Shit the Quran Says, exposing the outrageous immorality contained within its pages. The Quran, like you've never seen it before. This new video series dives headfirst into the Quran, examining the passages that over 1 billion people consider to be the word of a god. If you believe in the Quran, then you ought to know about all the crappy, immoral things it has to say. Our first passage can be found in chapter 9, verse 5.
Then, when the sacred months have passed, slay the idolaters wherever you find them, and take them captive, and besiege them, and prepare for them each ambush. But if they repent and establish worship, and pay the poor due, then leave their way free. Lo, Allah is forgiving and merciful.
Translation: When these special lunar cycles have passed, kill people who worship idols wherever you find them. Take them prisoner, surround them, and prepare to attack when unexpected. If they cave in and worship and pay charity, then leave them. Allah is forgiving and merciful. I'm confused. Allah supposedly commanded Muslims to kill idols, then take them prisoner, surround them, and ambush them? The order of this commandment seems to be all reversed and illogical. Dead people cannot be taken prisoner. Regardless, anyone not emotionally invested in the religion can clearly see the immorality of the God being proposed here. Muslims would have us believe that Allah is forgiving and merciful, yet in the same breath be a being capable of willing to command death to anyone who worships idols. The creator of the entire universe seems to have serious self-image issues and cannot tolerate people who revere anything and anyone other than himself. It seems that Allah ought to schedule a one-on-one coaching session with Tony Robbins to get his life path in order, boost his self-image, and stop lashing out by commanding immorality on his behalf. Undoubtedly, I don't believe any of this, as there is no reason to believe Allah or any God exists. The fact that the majority of Muslims are not following this direct order is a sign that regardless of what Muslims say, they too pick and choose which bits they like and engage in, and others they interpret as being something other than literal. Don't get me wrong, I am thankful that most Muslims don't go around killing and imprisoning idolaters, but this reality seems to be due to civilized society and secular reasoning rather than a true reading of their ancient book of mythology. Next up is a passage found in chapter 4, verses 34.
Men are in charge of women, because Allah hath made the one of them to excel the other, and because they spend of their property for the support of women, so good women are the obedient, guarding in secret that which Allah hath guarded. As for those from whom ye fear rebellion, admonish them and banish them 2 beds apart, and scourge them. Then if they obey you, seek not a way against them. Lo, Allah is ever high, exalted, great.
Translation: Men, you are to control and direct women, because God has made men better, and because men spend their money on women. So women, in order to be good, you must be obedient to God and your man, and guard your womanhood and your husband's property. Those women that misbehave, give them hell and refuse to share their bed, and beat them. If they start towing the line, don't keep berating them. God is high, praised, and great. Sexist much? Allah sure does seem to have issue with equality amongst His creation. In this passage, we find a commandment that men are to take charge over their women and beat them if they stray out of line. Women are instructed to be obedient and guard their genitals and their husband's property, as if they and their body are chattel. This Muslim version of God is not mincing words, and flatly asserts that men are better than women, and therefore have every right to discipline, banish, and direct the opposite sex. Why any rational woman willingly participates in this religion, and for that matter Christianity as it too subjugates women, is beyond me. It takes careful and imaginative reading and interpreting to wiggle out of what this ancient book of immoral edicts actually has to say. When you start with absurd notions of a God's existence, and an immaterial world unseen, based upon the grand unsupported claims of an ancient text, It seems trivially easy to accept the irrational roles and duties of an ancient patriarchal society. It's time to relinquish this chain holding back our societal evolution and come to terms that we are all alone together on this pale blue dot. It is through the concerted efforts of those who focus on breaking down injustice and discrimination and build up equality and mutual respect that we can advance forward as a species. Our last verse of the week is found in chapter 4, verse 24.
And all married women are forbidden unto you, save those captives whom your right hands possess. It is a decree of Allah for you. Lawful unto you are all beyond those mentioned, so that ye seek them with your wealth in honest wedlock, not debauchery. And those of whom ye seek content by marrying them, give unto them their portions as a duty. And there is no sin for you in what ye do by mutual agreement after the duty hath been done. Lo, Allah is ever knower, wise.
Translation: You are forbidden to marry a married woman except one of your slave girls. This is a decree from God. It is acceptable for you to marry women if you desire them as your property and not as a sexual object. If you marry them for a certain period of time, you must pay money to her family and she becomes your property. There is no harm if you haggle and come to an agreeable value for the woman, as God is all-knowing and wise. Wow. Firstly, we find the loving, merciful Creator of the entire universe tacitly condone human slavery. Men are forbidden from marrying married women, but slave girls you already own are open game. What I wonder is, do these slave girls have any say in the matter? Who am I kidding? Of course not, since if they had any say, they wouldn't be slaves to begin with. Any being who condones human slavery and allows for forced marriages is not a being worth a moment's thought, let alone worship or reverence. This verse also goes into some detail and spells out that after an allotted time, the husband must buy out his wife from her family, as if she's nothing more than property being exchanged for fair market value. Sure sounds more like the backwards thinking of an ancient bigoted people rather than the divine wisdom from an omniscient, omnibenevolent being capable of anything. The reality is, the Quran, like the Bible, and countless other religious texts are a product of their time, and no evidence of a super-intelligent and loving being wanting to communicate with his creation. When you take the religious goggles off and start to utilize the gray matter between your ears for something more than proselytizing, you realize how irrational a belief in God and scriptures truly are. We have a short, limited time on this amazing planet, and it is a shame to waste a second of one's life on the immoral ravings of an ancient backward people. Out with the old, on with the new. It's way past time for a religious-free world. Want to appear in a future video? I love fan contributions, so if you would like to send an audio or video reading of the Quran or a Bible verse for a future video, email me at veganatheist@hotmail.com. Please contact me prior to recording, as I need to ensure a consistent source and avoid duplicate readings. If you haven't already done so, check out my new website, forum, and store. On theveganatheist.com, you will find all my past videos, resources, and links. On the Vegan Atheist forum, continue the discussion with fans and critics. Here, everyone is invited to share their perspectives, ask questions, debate, give feedback, or just say hello. If you are a staunch theist or meat eater, I would love to have you come and present your case for God, your holy book, or your non-vegan position. And lastly, check out the Vegan Atheist store, where you can pick up some custom tees featuring my vegan and atheist messages. Thanks for watching this video. If you liked it, show your support by giving it a thumbs up and subscribing to my channel here. Subscribers get notified the moment a new video is uploaded onto YouTube. Also, follow me on my Facebook, Twitter, and Google Plus pages. All links are in the description below. Lastly, check out my channel where you can find all my other awesome content.